Welcome back to Sounders FC Roundtable. I'm Tony Ventrella with my friends Matt Gaschk, Arlo White. We're at Fuel Sports Bar at Occidental Park. By the way, and I'm doing this early so I don't forget, the big block party Saturday starts at 2 o'clock. We'll be talking with Greg from ECS in just a minute about that. But first, let's talk about the 75th not annual, but 75th match between Portland and Seattle, which started in 1975.
Right.
Is what threw me off.
Of course.
I don't think you were born yet.
No.
You were just a tot.
2.
I was in my 70s, actually, back then. But this is a long rivalry.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say this is the most important match between these two? And they've met in some big matches over the years.
They have. Yeah, Open Cups, playoff matches several times.
This is the big one.
This is the big one, though. This is going to be the one. I don't know that they've ever met on national TV before.
That's
think this,
true.
If they have, never on this scale, never in front of 36,000. This is going to be the biggest meeting between these two teams in the storied history.
Not to mention that, but Arlo, relatively new to Seattle, the voice of the Sounders FC. Is it safe to say the biggest rivalry in American soccer, or one of the biggest?
I don't think there's any question about it. And I think the media darlings are sort of the New York Red Bulls and the LA Galaxy.
Right.
And there is something of a rivalry building up there, particularly in light of what Landon Donovan and Luke Rodgers have been up to in the last week or so. But that's not a geographic rivalry the same way as this is. This is organic. This is proper. This is there's nothing that's been contrived here. No. This is the real deal. It's I-5. It's two teams. There's antipathy between both sets of supporters. We hope everything goes off all right, obviously on Saturday. But there's an edge to this week, and there'll be an edge to Saturday. And I can feel it. It feels like we're building up to a big derby game at home. Not that in any way legitimizes it, but it's just my experience of this week is different to previous weeks, and I can't wait to get stuck in. I think it's going to be a fantastic night. And as you say, Matt, I mean, national TV. It's going to be showcased to the nation. And there's a couple of people I've spoken to on various flights on our road trips over the last few weeks, and I've said tune in, ESPN2, Saturday night, wherever you are, East Coast, whatever you are, and experience it, because that's soccer in the USA at its very best.
Soccer not only in the USA, but soccer in the Pacific Northwest. It might rain. Two teams that really don't mind, two sets of fans that thrive in the rain. I say two sets of fans. There'll be 36,500 Seattle Sounders fans, 500 or 600 from Portland, although there'll be some people that'll buy other tickets. But in a group there'll be 500. And speaking of tickets, why don't we do this right now? We got a couple of sets of tickets to give away. Matt, you're going to give away the first two with a trivia question that people need to, the first one that sends the answer.
Comment on the bottom of SoundersFC.com's comment page. Don't do it on YouTube. Don't do it on Facebook. SoundersFC.com, down here in the comments section. The first person that can guess 3 players that played for both the Timbers and the Sounders in the USL era will get a pair of tickets to the game for you.
All right, now later on we'll give away 2 more sets of tickets, and we'll tell you how to get those in just a minute. Let's bring in, we're bringing in Greg from ECF. This is your home bar, your home base. What about this big deal Saturday, the block party, 2 o'clock? Holy cow.
Yeah, so obviously, as you guys are just talking about, it's a big match, and we didn't want to just do the usual pregame, and we wanted to make it special. And we decided, hey, you know what? We love the atmosphere that's in here pregame. If you've never been, it's pretty amazing. It's really packed. And we decided to ask the owner, Mike, if he'd be down to extend it outside. And also create it's something that we haven't had yet in the fan base, is a block party kind of. People do tailgate, but we wanted to kind of incorporate that and see how it goes. And obviously the first match, the first Cascadia match, is a good test run. It's a little early in the year for it. We'd love to have it in June, July, when it's guaranteed sunshine, but rain or sun, we will be here drinking and getting ready for the match.
Is it guaranteed sunshine in June? I didn't realize that. No, that's good if it is. No, because
you must be new to the area.
That means
I'm telling my wife that. She's only just arrived. She's wondering when the sun's going to come out today. She's very happy, but if it's guaranteed, we'll take that to the bank.
No, this is a great atmosphere. It's a great place to start it off. The kick is at officially probably about 8:05. Saturday night, so plenty of time to get ramped up for the march of the match and the whole deal. Okay, I'm going to ask you this question, put you on the spot. I asked all the players this week, what's more important, getting 3 points Saturday night or getting 3 points against the Portland Timbers Saturday night? What's higher?
No difference.
There is no difference, except what means more to you?
To me, I don't want to just get 3 points. I want to humiliate the Timbers.
Okay, then.
We need to remind their place in this rivalry, and I think doing it at MLS level for both teams is going to be a good starting point. And let's not forget about Vancouver. That's also a huge game as well.
Sure.
This just happens to be the first one. I think it's good that they scheduled this one first because the rivalry between Portland and Seattle is much more felt.
It is.
It's more amicable with Vancouver. Both from Portland, Vancouver, and Seattle, Vancouver are much more amicable relationships between the fans. But the person that said it the best is got to be Montero. He was quoted through a translator, I believe, yesterday at practice. He says it doesn't matter whether one of the teams is first in the league or one of the teams is last in the league. It's a rivalry match. It's a derby.
Yeah.
Anything goes out the window, and that's the case in every big derby around the world. So.
Yeah, and it just so happens, just as a footnote to what Greg is saying, ironically, both teams are exactly level on 13 points, aren't they?
That's
So,
true.
I mean,
Yeah.
the team that comes out on top, if there is a winner, actually leapfrogs the other team and goes ahead. So there's something extra to celebrate at the end of the night, perhaps.
Sure. So it is. It's huge. It's a big day. Thank you for the information on the block party. 2 o'clock starts right here at Fuel Sports Bar in Occidental Park on Saturday. We'll see you at the match, and we'll see all of you as well. We're going to take a look at Brad Evans at training on Thursday, which leads me to my next question. Good to see him back. He's going to be ready to go, you think, Saturday night?
Absolutely. I think he's going to be ready, and I think no better game for him to be ready than this one. He's primed, ready to go, and he was definitely, I would say, sorely missed in Columbus. And I think the impact that he can have on the field, I think, is pretty palpable.
Freddie Montero, his cast is shrinking, but it hasn't thrown his game, has it? Or has it?
No, I don't think it has. I mean, it's not easy to play from a balance perspective, and it's having this weight and having to fall and remembering to fall like this every time you go to ground. But Freddie has stepped up, and it was really interesting before the game in the broadcast in Columbus. The rain was pouring down. We had a chat with Ziggy Schmidt on the field before the game because we just felt we needed a bit of a state of the union here because of the amount of injuries that the Sounders have suffered. And he said, look, it is time for Freddie Montero to step up, and that's exactly what he did in the 7th minute with that terrific headed goal. It was brilliant. And in the absence of stars like Zach Kawani, O'Brien, White and such like, it is down to Freddie Montero to step up. And what bigger stage to do that than Questfield, the first I-5 rivalry, Cascadia game, national TV audience. You can tell in training he is up for this. I don't think this cast is going to be a problem at all. Excellent.
Let's talk about these tickets we still have to give away. 2 more pairs. One pair will be on the Matt Johnson radio show. It's not really called the Matt Johnson radio
Sounders
show.
FC Weekly with Matt Johnson. Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
8 a.m., yeah.
Okay, Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
On 710 ESPN Seattle.
Okay, and they'll be giving away one of the pairs of tickets, so you got to listen to that. Here's the other pair. How we're going to do the other pair of tickets. Come to the block party Saturday at 2 o'clock, starting at 2 right here at Fuel Sports. The first person to see Matt Gaschk and say hello to him and be fairly nice to him wins those
I have
other...
very low standards for how nice you need to be.
So it's easy.
Nicer than my son, who called me an idiot this morning. Nicer than that, I think we'll get you a pair of tickets.
There you go. So we've given away the tickets. Let's get a final comment from you two guys on Saturday. And I know that the question I asked Greg, I asked all the players, and it is a bit confusing. But truly, on list of priorities, is it more important to just win a match and get 3, or will you go absolutely crazy winning this particular match?
I think more than winning the match, I think you don't want to lose this match. Yeah. Not just for not getting points, but because it's Portland and you're going to hear about it. So I think I might be with Greg on this, winning it and winning it big, and I'd be okay with humiliating Portland.
There you go. All right. Arlo, we'll close with you.
Yeah, look, on the road they haven't been very good so far. 0-4, they've only scored 2, conceded 9, but they've got some
technical here.
But
we're talking about gut feelings, Arlo.
Yeah, but they've got some good players, Matt, haven't they? And in these sort of situations, you sort of, I don't know, I'm cautious when I go into these sort of things.
Well,
And I'm not going to say anything about, it's not my place to say about, humiliating Portland, but I do desperately want the Sounders to win because I think it will be fantastic.
Don't you think they're due for
this
4-0
sport in this City.
Scrubbing of a team, though.
Look, if it happens, it happens. I'm happy to describe it, Matt. Don't get me wrong, you know.
Thanks,
but we'll see what happens. Look, the occasion's going to be great.
Thank you, gentlemen. Arlo White, Matt Gaschk. Don't forget the ticket opportunity. Don't forget Fuel Sports, 2 o'clock. The big block party starts down here. We'll see you Saturday night at the match, 8 o'clock, Quest Field. That's it for the Roundtable. See you next week.